All right, let's dive into a topic that is just so important. Women and wealth. A woman's financial journey, it really does have its own unique set of challenges and, believe it or not, opportunities. So today, we're going to break down that path and give you the actual tools you need to build a secure, independent financial future.
So let's just start with the biggest question right out of the gate. Why does building wealth so often feel, well, different from women? If you've ever had that feeling, I want you to know you are not alone. There are very real reasons for this, some structural, some personal, and just understanding them is the absolute first step toward taking control.
First up, let's look at the challenges coming from the outside in. I like to call these financial headwinds. Those systemic things that can make it feel like you're running uphill right from the very start.
Let's begin with student debt. This is a big one. Women hold almost 2/3 of all the student debt in the country. That comes out to a jaw-dropping $929 billion. Just think about that. It means that for so many women, day one of their career already starts in a financial hole they have to climb out of before they can even think about building wealth.
And then, of course, there's the gender pay gap, which is still very much a thing. For every single dollar a man earns, a woman makes, on average, about 83 cents. Now you might think, okay, 17 cents, what's the big deal? But over a 40-year career, that gap compounds into literally hundreds of thousands of dollars in lost earnings, lost savings, and lost investments. It adds up fast.
Now take that pay gap and connect it to this number. On average, women live about 6 years longer than men. So let's put that together. We have a longer retirement that we have to pay for, but we're often doing it with less income saved over our careers. We need more money for a longer life, but we often start with less. See the problem?
And yeah, the headwinds don't stop there. Women are far more likely to take time off from their careers for caregiving, which of course slows down earnings and retirement savings. This can then lead to smaller Social Security checks down the road. And when you factor in higher healthcare costs over a lifetime, well, you can see how all these layers just pile on top of each other.
Okay, so we've talked about all those external forces. But now it's time to look inward. Because beyond those big systemic issues, there are some really common mindsets. I call them personal money traps that can also hold us back from reaching our financial goals.
Tell me if this sounds at all familiar. The fix-it-all syndrome. It's that instinct, and it's a noble one, to just jump in and cover every unexpected cost to make sure the family is okay and everything runs smoothly. It really does come from a place of love and care, but it can quietly, completely sabotage your own financial well-being.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? When you become the default financial safety net for everyone else, it's not just your bank account that takes a hit. It builds up stress, it can build resentment, and ultimately it stops you from building your own solid financial foundation. And the fix-it-all syndrome definitely isn't the only trap. There are others, like maybe feeling pressure to invest in image, the right car, the right clothes, over assets that actually grow in value. Or that voice of imposter syndrome that stops us from asking for that raise we deserve. Or a big one, relying completely on a partner's financial plan without having one of our own. Each one of these can leave us in a really vulnerable position.
Okay, I know that was a lot. We've laid out the headwinds and the traps, and that's the tough part. But now we get to the most important question of all. How do we actually break these cycles and start building that secure future we all want and deserve?
This is where it gets good. This brings us to the solutions. It's time to open up the Wealth Building Toolkit and look at some practical, real strategies that you can start using, like right now. Okay, rule number 1. The cornerstone of everything is this: pay yourself first. It sounds so simple, but it's a huge mindset shift. It means before you pay your rent, before you pay any other bills, you treat your savings like it's the most important bill you have. And here's the key: automate it. Set up that transfer so it happens every single month without you even thinking about it. You'll be building wealth for your future self, guaranteed.
Let's be real. In today's economy, relying on a single paycheck it's risky. The whole idea of one stable job for life is kind of fading away. So developing multiple streams of income, a side hustle, some freelance work, anything, it's not just a safety net anymore. It's a way to dramatically accelerate your ability to build wealth.
And if you ever doubt that small changes make a difference, just look at this chart. This is the magic of compounding in action. You've got Aaliyah and Melissa. They have the exact same salary. The only difference? Melissa invests just 2% more each month. A tiny, tiny difference. But look what happens. After 15 years, that little change adds up to almost $26,000 extra.
This proves you don't need a huge salary to make a massive impact on your future. You just need consistency. Let's add a few more quick tools to the kit. First, get aggressive about paying down high-interest debt, like credit cards. That stuff is like reverse compounding working against you. Next, build your confidence. Learn about investing. And this one is crucial. Practice setting financial boundaries and learn the power of the word no. And you know what? There's no shame in asking for help. A good financial planner can be an absolute game changer.
So, we've seen the challenges, we've gathered the tools. Let's bring it all home now. Because at the end of the day, this is all about one thing: taking full, empowered control of your own financial future.
I absolutely love this quote because it just reframes everything perfectly. Financial planning isn't some boring chore you have to do. It's an act of self-care. It is the single greatest gift you can give your future self, the gift of security, of independence, of choice. And hey, if you're in a partnership, it's a gift to the health of that relationship too.
Because here's the bottom line. Your financial future is not something that just happens to you. It's a story, and you are the one holding the pen. You get to write it, one decision at a time. So the only real question left to ask is, what's your next chapter going to be?